Why do you think it's important to now do these visits to college campuses like ours?
Well, I'm in a very lucky position in a sense where I was given an opportunity to work on Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad gave me a career, and I'm lucky enough that I've been through a lot in my own way. I can't say that I've been through everything, but I've been through enough to know. And growing up with my disability and growing up in the industry that I was in, and before Breaking Bad, my family was really big into the philanthropic work and nonprofit work, and that world is a big part of my world. It's able for me to collide that and bring them together. And one of the abilities that I have is I'm able to go and speak and bring and fill up a room like this, as you saw. And I'm able to share a message and show people that they have the ability that I have, and to bring light to that subject. And I'm able to do it. And we always have good turnouts. We haven't had a bad one yet. And even when I think they're bad, people still seem to like them. So.
Nice, that's fantastic. Thank you. And could you talk a little bit about the audition process for Breaking Bad, going from philanthropic work with your family to something more film related?
Yeah, well, I moved to Los Angeles when I was about 13 years old. If you move to Los Angeles, I went there for my sister, but if you move to Los Angeles and you don't go to school, you don't join a gang, and you don't act, which are all practically the same thing, you're not going to really do much of nothing. So I started acting, and then I started working on quite a few different shows, doing background. I started doing extra work on Hannah Montana, Everybody Hates Chris, Weed, Seventh Heaven, and quite a few other shows and movies. And it kept me busy, and I got to meet friends, and was auditioning. And about 6-7 months later, I started auditioning for Breaking Bad. And I auditioned 5 times, 4 in Los Angeles and once in New Mexico. Most of them were side by side within a week of each other. One of them, I did my audition one day. I flew to Albuquerque the next. Got there at 7. Got into the meeting at 7:20, 7:30. Did my first audition. Went to my room. They called me back for my test screening, which is where they want to make sure you're not going to flip out on the actor when you meet them. So I did the test screening. It worked well. I went back to my room, and they called me a couple hours later saying, "You have the job now. You're late. Get back to Los Angeles and come back. We need to start shooting." So I packed up and I went straight back, and I was about 13, 14 years old, and I ended at 20, turning 21. So
That's quite the journey. Thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Worries,
Looking forward to your
definitely.
speech tonight.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.